Welcome back, guys. So, like always, we've been doing a lot of trade breakdowns, and I've been showing you how to analyze trades and get really nice trades. If you are a beginner or if you are advanced, both of these work for you. I'm starting to add confluences together rather than just using one confluence like a fair value gap and only doing fair value gaps. And basically, I want to share with you to show you how you can help your own trading. If you're an advanced trader, you can still use one of these confluences that I add and put it to your trading, and it might correspond and fall in line with your entries. So then, for example, if your win rate is 60%, but you notice more of your winners have one of these confluences because now you actually know these confluences, then you will look out for them and maybe you'll be able to get your win rate from 60 to 70, 75, and increase your win rate, making you more profitable. Or if you're just at break even, making you profitable. So for this trade, we were we're in a selling market right now. We were selling during Asia session on Thursday. So how we see the hourly is in theory bullish from around this area on Wednesday, but after pushing up and accumulating up here, we dropped down, showing that there's not enough power, and finally we're maybe reacting off the fair value gap because we were pushing up for almost no reason. If we're not going to push up very very high, we are pushing for no reason, but we had the price drop. So before anything, we had this POI, right? We push the price down and we sweep this liquidity. Preferably, we probably want to target this low. Why? Because this low is mitigated by the first low, as we can see, and the second low is mitigated by this low. So there's no POIs, no order blocks, no fair value gaps in there that are untouched. So we prefer to probably go deeper. Now, what we have here, we have London session, we've got Asia session doing big drops, and obviously London session, coming up to London session, we've got Frankfurt and London combining. So we also have to understand this an inverse 1 hour to the upside. So we had to be a little bit more safe because we are seeing bullish structure being made and bearish structure like this fair value gap here being inversed. It's showing us bullishness, to be fair. That's why we have to be a bit more careful in our sells if we want to hit sells, because sells make sense. We had a big push during Asia. We're going to have a retrace and probably push down. Now, we opened the 15. On the 15, we had Asia sweeping some liquidities down here. We pushed up. We swept this high here and we pushed down, breaking this structure at the bottom, like a break to the downside. Now, during Frankfurt was the drop. During London, we open and we push up. I was looking for sells around this area, but the market spiked up very heavily with this push up. And as you can see, we hit the POI and we had nice reactions from the POI. What's this showing me? It's showing me that this was a manipulation. The push up was way too fast. So we're going to have a lot of liquidity down below here. So it falls in line with our sell-off. The price didn't go up calm and smoothly, it flew up. So clearly manipulated. So on the 15, we start seeing new fair value gaps being formed here. As we can see, we still have this huge fair value gap that we haven't inversed. So again, being very safe because it's looking a bit bullish. We have our new POI in here. We open our 5 minute. Now we have the price pushing up and we sweep this liquidity here and we get into this area up here, which is 15-minute POI. Now from this area we open the 5. What do we have in the 5? We have an inverse fair value gap here. It's very small, but we have something in there. We have the breaker block, and then we've got this POI that we've marked out after liquidity. So what we're doing is we're looking closer now. The market was in this area. We have a first sweep, we wait. Then we have our second sweep that went higher. So we were being more patient, and then finally here we had our 5 minute fair value gap get inversed, and then here we had a new fair value gap formed showing us bearish structure. Then we broke structure to the downside, but not the best thing was that we pushed up and we re-inversed this fair value gap and was showing reactions here and then pushed up. So basically we're in a little bit of a up down type of area where we need to be a little bit careful, and that's the recent price. So now that I'm on 1 minute, I will show you that in this area here, when we pushed up super high, like I said to you, I was looking to sell because we went up so high. I've got this POY marked in here, and if I remember correctly, it was this candle. Let me just mark out the or. It was like a 1 to 10 or trade, and then the problem was, or it wasn't this. You had the reaction on the POY, you wait until you go a bit lower, it deleted. So it was either there or it was maybe, if I'm watching, it was not this. Was it this? No. Oh yeah, it was this. It was this. We made a POY. I think it was. Let me make sure. Yeah, it was this. We made a POY after hitting that POY, and it was probably like a 5 minute. We entered here for the reason being that we know, and the people in the Discord. So if you want to join, you can join, and you get more knowledge in the Discord. It's a free Discord. Join in. We have a 10 to 1, but I was targeting lower. But the thing is, at 12 o'clock, coming close to New York, we started to start rising. So that's the problem why in the last video I said do not mix sessions and do not get too greedy. 1 to 10 is very big and it's already very good. You could have targeted 1 to 8, 1 to 6, 1 to 5, and it's more than enough. So maybe even here, when the price started to kind of retrace, I could have put the TP around somewhere here to just close at a 1 to 8. So it's fine. Um, just don't get greedy, basically, guys. You have potential, but you're never going to hit the full market. So you got to keep yourself locked and stay. Actually, 2 seconds. You'll be able to see the screen. I'm gonna open my Discord. Give me 2 seconds, and let me see. Let me see. I posted the first video. I said, uh, US dollar yesterday. Uh, you know what? Looking at this, it was a two-turn. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's the first cell. Now we can go back. Okay, so that's the first cell. Um, yeah, I need to hide this on the bottom. That's the first cell that we have, and then the recent cell, which is over here. We were in the session in the area where we were sweeping liquidity to the downside, breaking structure. We swept liquidity. We were patient. We pushed up during New York. We hit this POY and we had a nice reaction. So the entry was here. Let me just mark it out. This was the entry, and then a really nice, I already know in advance, it was 1 to 12 or hit. Um, Wait a second. Why is it, was it 1 to 12 or 1 to 8? Maybe it was 1 to 8. I can't see my profit here. No, it was lower, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it is. It's gonna play out maybe or not. Okay, whatever, because it's now on my screen. I want to hide this and then hide this. 112. Yeah, it was a 112. What's something's tripping out here. Maybe the price is gonna go lower, and I targeted lower, and it's just glitching out right now. So let's see. It did go lower. Yeah. So I did target lower. Was it maybe even this line here or something? Um, yeah, this is the 1 to 10. Yeah. Okay. So we entered off of that, but now to make the trade even more precise, you could look to enter. Looking at this, you've got the inverse that held up, not a single close above the inverse. Then matched with the inverse, we've got a fair value gap up here that caused a reaction. You have a fair value gap down here, which had no closes on all these reactions. Then you had 50% of this little drop that caused a reaction, and on top of that, you had the bottom wick of this POY that you could have entered and had your trade here, and it would also be a nice trade where after all your confluences, you set it up there. After all your confluences, you would have also got a really, really nice similar trade and hit your 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7, whatever. So that's basically how I went against seeing that it was a bit bullish by just adding many confluences together to make the entry more powerful, to show me that yes, we're disrespecting bearish structure and reacting bullish structure and reacting to heavy bearish structure, like a lot of many confluences showing sells together to get an entry, and then from there just let the market ride towards liquidity points after showing me that yes, we're going to sell off. So if you want more, if you want more videos where I break down trades, just give a like, give a subscribe. It's all free, and hop in the Discord. It's free. So I'll see you in the next video.